Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself, what am I actually running toward? Maybe it's money, maybe it's success, maybe it's a better job, a bigger house, more followers, more likes, more attention, more respect. You wake up every morning, you work, you study, you struggle, you keep pushing yourself because you believe, if I can just reach that next level, then I'll finally be happy. But what if you reach it and still feel empty? What if the goal you spent years chasing was never truly yours? And what if one day you finally realize you were running towards something that you never actually wanted? That realization can be painful, but it can also change your entire life. From childhood, we are often given a definition of success. Get good grades, get a good job, make money, buy a house, become successful, make people proud. And somewhere along the way, we stop asking, do I actually want this? Instead, we start asking, how can I get more of it? More money, more achievements, more followers, more recognition. And slowly, achievement becomes identity. Your job becomes your identity. Your income becomes your identity. Your social status becomes your identity. And suddenly, you are no longer living your life. You are performing a version of life that you believe other people will approve of. Psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan developed self-determination theory, which distinguishes between different kinds of motivation. Their research emphasizes the importance of autonomy, feeling that your actions are genuinely your own, along with competence and relatedness. And this gives us an important question. Are you chasing something because you truly value it, or because you want someone else to value you? There is a huge difference. Imagine a person who spends 10 years trying to become successful. They finally get the money, the position, the respect, the lifestyle. Everyone tells them, you made it. But late at night, when nobody is watching, they ask themselves, why am I still not happy? This happens because achievement and fulfillment are not always the same thing. You can achieve a goal and still lose yourself in the process. You can win and still feel like you lost something. You can have everything and still feel like something is missing. And sometimes, the missing thing isn't another achievement. There is a dangerous phrase that sounds harmless. One day I'll be happy. One day I'll have enough money. One day I'll travel. One day I'll spend more time with my family. One day I'll take care of myself. One day I'll start the thing I actually love. But life keeps moving, and one day can quietly become too late. Think about how often you postpone your happiness. You tell yourself, I'll enjoy life after I become successful. But what if success doesn't automatically teach you how to enjoy life? What if you spend years climbing a mountain, only to reach the top and realize you climbed the wrong mountain? Human beings naturally compare themselves with others. You see someone driving an expensive car, and suddenly your own car feels less impressive. You see someone with millions of followers, and suddenly your own audience feels too small. You see someone's perfect relationship, and suddenly your own life feels incomplete. You see someone's success and forget everything you have already achieved. The problem is, there is no final level of more. There will always be someone richer, someone more successful, someone more attractive, someone more popular, someone further ahead. If your happiness depends on being ahead of everyone else, you have created a race that can never end. And the most dangerous part, you may not even know who you are racing against. Psychologist and Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman explored an important distinction between the experiencing self and the remembering self. The experiencing self lives through each moment. The remembering self looks back and creates a story about your life. Kahneman's work on happiness shows that how we experience life and how we remember or evaluate it are not always the same, and this gives us something powerful to think about. You may spend years collecting impressive memories while ignoring the actual moments you're living. You may take photographs of your life without actually experiencing your life. You may document every achievement but forget to enjoy the journey. And one day, you may look back and realize you were present everywhere except in your own life. So, let's stop for a moment. Forget what society says you should want. Forget what social media tells you is valuable. Forget what your neighbors have. Forget what your friends are achieving, and ask yourself, if nobody could see my life, what would I still want? If nobody could praise me, would I still pursue this? If nobody knew how successful I was, would this goal still matter? If money wasn't the reason, would I still choose this career? If I couldn't post it online, would I still want this experience? These questions can be uncomfortable because sometimes we discover that the life we're building is designed for an audience, not for ourselves. There comes a point when you realize you don't need to impress everyone. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to win every competition. You don't need to become someone else. You simply need to become more honest with yourself. Maybe you don't need more possessions. Maybe you need more time. Maybe you don't need more followers. Maybe you need deeper relationships. Maybe you don't need another achievement. Maybe you need peace. Maybe you don't need everyone's approval. Maybe you need your own approval. This doesn't mean you should stop having ambitions. It means choose ambitions that actually belong to you. There's nothing wrong with wanting money. Nothing wrong with wanting success. Nothing wrong with wanting a better life. The question is, why do you want it? Because the same goal can come from two completely different places. You can chase money because you want to impress people, or you can pursue financial stability because you value freedom. You can chase fitness because you hate yourself, or you can pursue health because you respect yourself. You can chase success because you need validation, or you can pursue meaningful work because you genuinely care about it. The goal may look identical, but the motivation is completely different. The question is, why do you want it? Psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl placed enormous importance on meaning. One of his most famous ideas was, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Think about that. When you know why something matters, the struggle becomes easier to understand. But when you don't know why you're doing something, even success can feel exhausting. That's why the most important question isn't always, how can I become successful? Sometimes the better question is, what makes this life worth living for me? Your answer doesn't have to be extraordinary. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's creating something. Maybe it's helping people. Maybe it's learning. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's simply becoming the person you know you can be. Your why doesn't need to impress anyone. It only needs to be meaningful to you. And here's something important. Realizing that you may have been chasing the wrong things doesn't mean you need to destroy your entire life. You don't have to quit everything tomorrow. You don't have to abandon your responsibilities. You simply need to become more conscious. Pause. Look at your life. Look at your goals. Look at your habits and ask, is this actually my dream, or did I simply inherit this dream from someone else? Because sometimes the biggest act of courage isn't working harder. It's admitting, I don't want this anymore, and then choosing a better direction. One day, you may have more money, more success, more achievements, more recognition, but don't sacrifice your entire present for a future that isn't guaranteed. Call the person you love, take the walk, watch the sunset, learn something because you're curious, create something without worrying about whether people will like it. Spend time with people who make you feel alive, and allow yourself to experience the life you're working so hard to build, because life isn't a waiting room for the moment when you finally become successful. This moment is your life. Maybe one day you will look back at your younger self and realize you were chasing things that didn't matter. Maybe you'll realize you spent too much time trying to impress people who weren't even thinking about you. Maybe you'll realize you sacrificed peace for status, time for money, relationships for success, your identity for approval. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to wait until that day. You can realize it today. You can stop. You can question. You can change direction. You can choose again. So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one simple question. If nobody was watching, would I still want the life I'm chasing? Sit with that question. Don't rush to answer, because sometimes the most important moment in your life is the moment you finally realize you don't need to chase everything. You only need to chase what truly matters. And maybe the life you've been looking for wasn't waiting somewhere ahead of you. Maybe it was quietly waiting inside the life you already have. So stop running for a moment. Look around, breathe, and ask yourself, what do I actually want? Because one day, you will realize that time was never the thing you had to earn. It was the thing you were spending all along. And once you understand that, you may finally stop chasing the wrong things and start living the right life. If this video made you think differently, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and never stop thinking.